Hello my dear students, today we are going to continue with the second part or whatever is left in the topic emerging trends. As yesterday we have done almost of the topics regarding AI, machine learning, immersive experience, AR, virtual reality, right, big data, all that we have done, and today we will continue with further. Now today's first topic is smart city. As the name suggests, a city which is smart, a mobile which is smart. Smart means a sense which all I think we all know. Smart means which works technically. Here if we watch very carefully with this diagram, you can see wherever these boxes are there, they are central computers. You can see here is the central computer, here is the central computer. In this pipeline there is a central computer. Then these yellow dots are wireless sensor. You can see wireless sensor, this here, everywhere wireless sensors are there in this city. Then sensor nodes means where the nodes are fitted. You can see almost at every location sensors are there. Then wireless signals, these yellow dot and blue dot, you can see almost everywhere in the city there are wireless signals available. Means with the help of these, the overall controlling of this whole city can be done at single place. Means there may be a control room from where the electricity supply, the sewerage supply, any leakage, any electrical issue, any network issue, that can be detected with the help of sensors without wandering here and there in the city. Means through the sensors the person in the control room that will get to know कि कहाँ leakage हुआ है, कहाँ electrical issue है, where we need to get it repaired, everything. That is the smart city, right? We got a very brief view of smart city. Now one by one we'll go through it. Smart city with the rapid urbanization, load on our cities is increasing day by day. So regularly the new cities are emerging, and nowadays whatever the cities are being established, they are the smart cities. And in those smart cities, your water supply, your electricity supply, your health and sanitation issue, your traffic congestion, your public safety, security, bridges, sewerage, sports facility, everything is being taken care, right? These challenges, जितने भी ये challenges हैं, due to handling of these challenges, smart cities are emerging. The idea of smart city make use of computer and your communication technology, जिसमें IoT भी होगा, WOT भी होगा. In yesterday's class we have learnt IoT, Internet of Things, and Web of Things. These both are used to manage the distribution of resources in the whole smart city very efficiently. The smart city shows here uses of sensors, Wi-Fi signals, nodes. The earthquake sensors are there. Means earthquake आने से पहले the sensors will intimate that this will be the coming issue. Means forecasting is there for that type of issue. The smart bridges use wireless sensors. अगर कहीं पर भी कोई वोल्ट, कोई नट, कोई लूज हो गया है तो ऑटोमेटिकली, और एनी क्रैक इज देयर तो ऑटोमेटिकली दैट विल बी डिटेक्टेड विद द हेल्प ऑफ सेंसर्स. और कंट्रोल रूम में सेंसर इंफॉर्मेशन पहुंचा देंगे, और बिफोर happening of any of the accident, the repairing or the maintenance can be done. This is the best benefit in the smart city. The smart tunnels also use wireless sensor. Suppose gas pipe है and there are sensors, जहाँ पर भी लीकेज होगा the sensor will detect the leakage, और कोई भी miss happening से it will save us. This information can be sent through the wireless signals, क्योंकि इन अ होल सिटी इट्स अ बिग डील टू मेक अ वायर्ड नेटवर्क. तो वायरलेस सेंसर्स आर देयर, वाईफाईज आर सेट एट एवरी कॉर्नर ऑफ द city so that Wi-Fi signal are available and every information can be caught and transferred to the centralized computer, और जिसको हम कंट्रोल रूम बोल रहे हैं, right? Every sphere of life in the smart city like transportation, power supply, water supply, waste management, law enforcement, library, hospital, all these are using IoT. right? A particular single network is there for the smart city, and through that it is handled, right? That is smart city. Now our next topic is cloud computing. Ab computing almost we all have heard. What is cloud computing? Let's learn it. Cloud computing is an emerging trend. Obviously we are reading the emerging trends, so it's one of the emerging trend in the field of information technology, where computer based service are delivered over the internet of clouds. Let's take an example. In our phone we are having Google Photos, right? Whatever the photos we click, or whatever through the WhatsApp we receive, or from any media we receive or we click, all those photos, if we delete from the gallery, even then if the backup is done on the Google Photos, they are saved. Suppose my phone today got damaged and I have to shift to a new phone, then would my all the photos will be destroyed? No. Why? Because they were not saved on the phone's memory, they were stored on the cloud. अब बादलों पे सेव है, that is cloud? No. Means a storage which is saved with the Google supercomputers. Google के पास there are the special storage, there it is stored, but not on our devices. आर पर्सनल जो हमारी फिजिकल डिवाइसेस है, मोबाइल, लैपटॉप, हार्ड ड्राइव, इसमें सेव नहीं है. दे आर सेव्ड विद द हेल्प ऑफ आर Google accounts, and they are saved on the Google Drives and Google Photos. That is counted as cloud computing. For example, Dropbox is one of the feature, Google Drive is one of the feature where we can have a storage up to a particular limit. Right? That is cloud computing. The service comprised of software as well as hardware. In cloud computing, all these services are provided. These resources are provided by companies called cloud service providers. There are many companies. Suppose Dropbox, automatically it provides 2 GB storage. But if I want 2 TB storage, I can purchase. So means that company is providing us the cloud storage. Means आपको अगर storage you कम पड़ रही है 2 GB which is freely provided, and if you want to have much more, you can buy that. Right? We already use cloud services while storing our pictures. This example I have given you, and you can check it out on your phones also, that your Google Photos are not saved on your device, but they are saved on the cloud storage. Through cloud computing, a user can run a bigger application, a large amount of data without having the required storage. Suppose मेरे पास phone है which is having a storage of only 1 GB, and but I have photos more than 2 GB in my Google Photos. Means phone storage is nothing to take with that, because cloud storage is something different, and phone your device storage is something different. That is not taking any the processing power or any damage with your phone or any storage lacking, nothing it will be taking with that. Besides other numerous features, cloud computing offers effective on demand resources. जैसे मैंने बताया, if we want more storage, then we can buy from that particular company. A user can avail any network resources from the cloud at very reasonable cost. और इतने में हम हार्ड ड्राइव खरीदेंगे 1 TB की, उससे लो कॉस्ट में 1 TB storage is provided in Google Drive, in Dropbox, or many other apps are also there for that. Now, right now we have read about cloud computing. Right? Means any cloud services nowadays which we people are getting, and in cloud computing there are many services like Google Drive मैंने बात की, Dropbox I have talked about. These are what? These are the services which are being provided to us. Right? Now cloud services, there are 3 services, 3 types of services under this cloud services. They are named as, here you can see, SaaS, PaaS and IaaS. SaaS is software as a service, then platform as a service, and infrastructure as a service. Right? Now a better way to understand this cloud computing, जो भी हमने पढ़ा, हमने सिर्फ day to day example से read out किया, but if we want to get it in a better way, the cloud is to interpret everything as a service. Right? Means the cloud, where cloud means wherever our storage is there. right? Everything as a service. A service corresponds to any facility provided by the cloud. Cloud means a service corresponds to any service provided by the cloud. Means if we are getting any storage or anything else, that is means nowadays we are getting online inverters, we are getting online servers, ठीक है, तो ऑनलाइन हार्डवेयर मिल गया हमें तो, right? That is the service provided by the cloud. There are 3 standard models for this. I have just discussed SaaS, PaaS and IaaS. Now one by one we will go through it. First one is infrastructure as a service. Means पूरा एक infrastructure, मेरे पास जगह नहीं है कि कोई infrastructure रखने की, I have to take the location on rent. So to avoid everything, there is an option infrastructure as a service. That is one of the cloud service. It offers different kinds of computing infrastructures like servers. Online we can purchase the server, or whatever the business we are dealing with, we can save on the server the respective files because हमने वो purchase की है वो जगह. That server is our personal server, right? हमें हर जगह कोई सर्वर उठा के नहीं ले जाना, कोई फर्नीचर अरेंज नहीं करना सर्वर रखने के लिए, नो नीड फॉर एनी इलेक्ट्रिसिटी, ओनली द ऑनलाइन सर्विसेज. थ्रू ऑनलाइन सर्विसेज वी कैन परचेज द server on virtual machine which is available on online, right? There are various network components are there, various operating system or any other hardware and software is also available through online, right? Using infrastructure as a service from cloud, a user can use hardware infrastructure located at remote location to configure. Means any remote location, means which is not here, the infrastructure which we have purchased, that is not with us but that is available in online. कहीं तो रखा हुआ है ना वो सर्वर, कहीं पर तो है, तो that location we are naming as remote location, right? They can outsource the hardware and software on demand basis and we have to pay as per the usage. Means हमारी बहुत सारे efforts, बहुत सारे resources we can save with the help of this IaaS, right? Next is PaaS, platform as a service. Means any of the platform which we are using online, right? For example, in our school ERP we are running, enterprise resource planning software. Through that software we are able to handling your personal data, we are able to handle the issue of SLC, admission of students, fees slips of the students, report cards of the students, library management. These all the things we can handle through that particular software. So what is that software? That's a platform. That platform is physically not in our hand, that is available through online. That's an online resource, so that's a platform and that is as a service we are getting. So that's one of the example of PaaS, right? Platform as a service. Through this service user can install and execute any application without worrying about underlying infrastructure. For example, Play Store se we keep on installing many apps. So those apps we have not created, we have not purchased, we are not handling any back end or front end of those apps. Even then we are able to use as, because they comes under PaaS. They are a particular platform provided to the user for using. अगर कोई paid app है तो we have to pay for that platform, और कोई free है तो freely we can use that, right? Next one is PaaS provides a platform or an environment to develop, test or deliver software application. मैंने पहले बताया example is ERP and any of the app you are using or any of the software online you are downloading and you are installing and you are using, that is this. To run this application online we can avail a pre-configured Apache server from cloud having MySQL and Python pre-installed. Now what it is saying, that suppose we want to develop a web application, right? तो कोई भी web application if we want to develop, then for that we need Python and SQL. तो online Python server, SQL server is available. We can download and we can install that, and we can install the Python. We can set a connection between both, and we can do the coding whatever is required, कुछ भी हमने परचेज नहीं किया, फिजिकली नथिंग वी हैव डन, एंड थ्रू द ऑनलाइन रिसोर्सेज we will be able to do that. In past, the user has complete control over the application and its configuration. For example, if we take the example of that ERP, so regarding our data, we have full security that our students or our teachers data we cannot be shared with the other one, right? Means we have full security and full control over that particular application even in past. That is an online software, but a particular password and username and password is there, that is personal for every individual, right? So that's the platform as a service. Next one is SaaS, software as a service. For example, nowadays for teachers and students and for anyone, Microsoft Office 365 एक version है which is available in online also. You can download Microsoft Office 365 and use that, and that's not illegal at all. For example, आपके मोबाइल में Google Docs है, that works exactly like MS Word. Whatever you want to do in MS Word in your mobile, that can be done in Google Docs. Dropbox अभी मैंने बात की, तो they are the software which are as a service provided to us. Dropbox किस लिए है? For saving, for storage purpose we use Dropbox, but that's a software, that's an app which we download from the Play Store. Microsoft Office 365 is a software. Google Docs is a software which we can install from the Play Store, right? They are the particular softwares which are provided to us as a service, and they are named as the SaaS, software as a service. A user is not concerned about the installation and configuration of these software as long as the required software is accessible. Means अगर Google Docs पे we are working properly, it's working, then why we will be bothering about the configuration or handling of that software? That's none of us dealing, right? Like PaaS, like platform as a service, a user is provided access to required configuration setting of the application software which they are using at present. Means user are provided full access of the configuration setting. If you want to make changes in your Google Docs, then in setting definitely you can do that, right? If in Dropbox you want to edit something, you can do that. Means specifically individual handling is provided. In all of the three which we have read, these are the service model. तीन हमने पढ़े, IaaS, PaaS and SaaS. A user can use on-demand infrastructure or platform or software and usually charge whatever is freely provided to you, that's okay. लेकिन आप आउट ऑफ द लिमिट जाएंगे, then definitely it will be charged and you have to pay that, right? For further cloud services, there is a site cloud.gov.in that is named as Meghraj. Google पे आप मेघराज करेंगे, the whole information will be there and you should know it. In your exam it can be asked, in order to utilize or the harness of the benefits of cloud computing, Government of India has embarked upon its initiative GI Cloud. ठीक है, GI Cloud is the nickname and which is being named as Meghraj, and from this site you can access that. Fine. Next one is grid computing. Grid computing. What is this grid computing? Now look at this diagram. In this diagram here users is sharing these resources. What you see, suppose I have a network at my home. Through that network I can connect my laptop, I can connect my phone, I can connect my PC, I can connect my database, printer, another mobile phone, another laptop, another CPU. Means as many devices I have, I can connect with the network, with the same network, right? Now let's go through about what is grid computing. Grid is a computer network of geographically dispersed or heterogeneously computational resources. Means for example at home, first floor पे मेरे पास एक mobile, one PC is there. At the ground floor, two mobiles and one laptop is there. In one of the room, tab is there. Means geographically they are dispersed, heterogeneously location is there, right? And when our primary focus is to connect to a network, and I have one Wi-Fi at my home. So a grid is more application specific and create a sense of virtual supercomputer with an enormous processing power and storage. Grid means एक network sort of, you can call it, which get connected all the device at one instance. The constituent resources are called nodes. Means एक मेरे वाईफाई नेटवर्क से आई कनेक्टेड प्रिंटर, मोबाइल, लैपटॉप, पीसी, तो ऑल दीज वट एवर इट इज कनेक्टेड विद दैट सिंगल वाईफाई, they all are called nodes. A complete network is formed, and whatever is connected in that network, that is called nodes. Nodes, this one, right? Nowadays countless computational nodes ranging from handheld mobile devices to personal and workstations are connected to LAN or internet. LAN means a small network. For example, in our school there are 3 buildings and we have connected all the 3 with the help of cable. So that network will be called LAN. The maximum limit of LAN is 5 kilometers, right? Now grid, exactly इस term पे आते हैं. Grid, a grid provides an opportunity to solve computationally intense scientific and research problems without actually procuring a costly hardware. Means it provides an opportunity to handle all the device collectively without procuring any costly hardware. एक पर्टिकुलर सर्वर लाओ, इतना महंगा सर्वर खरीदेंगे, देन विल गेट कनेक्टेड ऑल द डिवाइस. तो व्हाई वी नीड दैट? वी कैन क्रिएट अ नेटवर्क थ्रू द वाईफाई ऑल्सो, राइट? तो अ ग्रिड कैन बी फॉर्म थ्रू एनी ऑफ द नेटवर्क. नाउ ग्रिड, हेयर इट इज डिस्कस्ड 2 types of grids. First is data grid, used to manage large and distributed data having the required multi-user access. Means where more than one user is involved, their data grid will work. And CPU or processor grid, where processing is involved from one PC to another as needed. Large task is divided in subtask. Means where any of the task is required for processing. कोई बड़ा काम है, उसको टुकड़ों टुकड़ों में we have divided and several CPUs are working, right? So then various CPU grid, or you can call it processor grid, where more than one PC works on the same task, which is distributed or which is broke up in the parts. Grid computing is different from IaaS cloud service. Means it's different how? In case of IaaS is what? Infrastructure as a service, right? Where we are provided a particular infrastructure. For example, हमने पढ़ा था सर्वर, ऑनलाइन सर्वर्स आर अवेलेबल. अब ग्रिड में क्या है? इन IaaS देयर इज अ सर्विस प्रोवाइडर हु रेंट्स, जो आपसे रेंट लेता है या चार्जेस लेता है फॉर प्रोवाइडिंग द इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर टू यूजर. इतना तो क्लियर है. नाउ बट इन ग्रिड व्हाट हैपन्स? मल्टीपल कंप्यूटिंग नोड्स ज्वाइन टुगेदर to solve a common computational problem, where multiple computing nodes, for example मैंने बात की laptop is there, PC is there, mobile is there, multiple nodes join together for solving any issue. In grid we are not paying anything to anyone else for that particular grid. हम सिर्फ एक वाईफाई की पेमेंट कर रहे हैं. Rest whatever the network is formed at my home, at my end, no individual payment for that. Right? To set up a grid by connecting numerous nodes in terms of data as well as CPU, a middleware is required to implement the distributed process architecture. The Globus toolkit, you can got to know on this link regarding that, right? What we have to keep in mind, what is the basic difference between grid and IaaS. ये 2 चीज क्लियर रखनी है. Rest if you go line by line, it will be really confusing. Grid is what? Creating a network, ठीक है, of several devices to create a connection in between them, right? And but in IaaS what happens? There is a particular infrastructure provided to you through online, and one have to pay for that. In grid, no payment for that, like that is there, right? Next is blockchains, the last topic for today's class, blockchain. ध्यान से समझना है. In blockchains you can see a particular channel is formed, right? Chain का meaning हम समझते हैं, connection between one step and then the next step. The same thing follows here. Understand it very carefully because in the exam examples are given and you have to identify what is this. This is EOS, this is grid or this is blockchain, right? तो अगर concept is clear in your mind, only then direct questions are not asked that what is a grid or what is a blockchain. All that is not asked. The reference is given in their concern. Now look at this diagram here. First it's written someone requests a transaction from the laptop, request goes. Now at this step request is broadcast to all the nodes. जितने भी network हैं, in all the networks, इस network में you can see many nodes are connected, right? ये blue dots, these are resembling the nodes in a network. Right now we have just learnt what is a node. Means whatever the device is connected in a network, that is named as node. यहाँ से request चली individual से, then that request is broadcasted to all the network. सबके पास वो request गई, right? Then if verified by all nodes, सारी nodes की permission हो, then blockchain get added to already existing chain. ये सारे टास्क, पहला काम आया, दूसरा काम आया, तीसरा आया, थर्ड, फोर्थ, फिफ्थ, सिक्स, एंड इट इज वेरीफाइड बाय ऑल. ये टास्क जो रिक्वेस्ट आई, if it is verified by all the nodes, then this block will be added next to this. समझ रहे हैं? And after adding on, this task will be completed. This is the basic feature of blockchain. Means the whole network is involved in that. Individual can request, but after approval of everyone, the task, the transaction is getting completed. Right? Now let's learn it one by one. Traditionally what happens, we perform digital transactions by storing data in centralized database. एक एग्जाम्पल से बात करते हैं. Suppose one centralized bank is there. For example, let's talk about SBI. Previously what happens, whatever the online transaction the employees are doing, वो सेव करते हैं अपने सिस्टम में. A particular software is there. Fine. Whatever they save, that is saved at a particular centralized system. Maybe their head office or headquarters होंगे SBI के. We are just assuming, right? They are on a centralized system. एक system पे सबका, सारे banks का, all over India, whatever the system, how many, as many systems they are using, सबका data एक system पे save हो रहा है. Right? Now what if that particular centralized system got crash? क्या होगा? Very important data of banks that will be destroyed. ठीक है, होगी ना, बहुत बड़ी प्रॉब्लम होगी. To find out a solution to such problems, blockchain exists. Now what is this blockchain is doing? This blockchain technology works on concept of decentralized. पुराना जमाना क्या था? सेंट्रलाइजेशन का. नाउ इट इज डिसेंट्रलाइज्ड. मीन्स कोई एक पर्टिकुलर सिस्टम पे सेव नहीं है. इट्स अ शेयर्ड डेटाबेस. नाउ एवरी इंफॉर्मेशन इज शेयर्ड. फॉर एग्जाम्पल पानीपत में इफ वी आर लेटिंग दैट 10 branches of SBI are there, so all the data of 10 branches is not getting saved on one centralized system. Now it is being shared with all the banks have all the data of all the banks. ठीक है, where each computer user sharing their resources and has a copy of database. तभी तो आजकल क्या होता है, if my bank is at Delhi, even then from the Panipat I can save or withdraw money from the Delhi bank. Got it? If my account is at Delhi, even then from Panipat or from Karnal we can do the transactions. How? Why and how? Because of the decentralization. Because now all the databases are shared with all the banks ड्यू टू द ब्लॉकचेन टेक्नोलॉजी. तो पहला फीचर हमने क्या सीखा ब्लॉकचेन टेक्नोलॉजी का? दैट इट इज हैविंग द शेयर्ड डेटाबेस. फाइन. नाउ नेक्स्ट वन इज अ ब्लॉक कैन बी थॉट एज अ सिक्योर्ड चंक ऑफ डाटा. अब ब्लॉक की बात करें, एवरी सिंगल सिस्टम इज कॉल्ड एज ब्लॉक. दे आर हैविंग द सिक्योर्ड चंक ऑफ डाटा. means proper security is maintained. Each block has some data called its header. Suppose एक ट्रांजेक्शन सेव हुई, वो ब्लॉक बन गया, मीन्स एक टास्क का एक ब्लॉक, दैट ब्लॉक्स ट्रेवल्स थ्रू द नेटवर्क एंड दैट ब्लॉक्स, एवरी ब्लॉक इज गिवन अ हेडर. ठीक है, एक हेडिंग दी जाती है, मीन्स कि इट इज फ्रॉम दिस ब्रांच और रिलेटेड टू दिस अकाउंट. वी आर जस्ट लेटिंग इट, right, which is visible to every other node in the whole city. To every bank that block will be visible, while only the owner has access to the private data of the block. अब सिक्योरिटी कहाँ आई? जिस बैंक का वो ब्लॉक है, only that bank or that particular individual have the full access on that block. Rest all can see that, but full access is not provided to that. Such blocks, ऐसा एक ब्लॉक एक बैंक से आया, दूसरा ब्लॉक दूसरे बैंक से आया, they got on collected at one place and that becomes a blockchain. Right? Now, blockchain को define कैसे करें? It's a system, obviously it's a system that allows a group of connected computers to maintain a single updated and secure ledger. You can call it database. अगर हम बैंक्स की बात करें तो connected all the computers of the banks, किस लिए? To maintain single updated secure data of the users. सारे बैंक्स के बाद सारे बैंक्स का डाटा है, राइट, बट फुल एक्सेस दे कैन हैव ओनली देयर अकाउंट्स. जो खाते उनके बैंक में ओपन हुए सिर्फ उन्हीं के ऊपर दे विल बी हैविंग द फुल एक्सेस, बट दे कैन व्यू और दे कैन वर्क ऑन others also, right? Now it maintains as each computer or node that participates in blockchain receives full copy of database. As already I have told you that every node in a blockchain or in a network have a full copy of the database, right? लेकिन full access उसका सिर्फ अपने डाटा पे होगा, बाकी का they can share, they can use and they can see, right? They means others are having a copy of our data and we are having a copy of others data, right? The most popular application blockchain technology is digital currency, means money which we are having in our accounts and in our Google Pay. फिजिकली तो सपोज 100 रुपीज़ आई ट्रांसफर टू वन ऑफ माई फ्रेंड, तो 100 रुपीज़ मैंने फिजिकली तो दिए ही नहीं, मेरे खाते से 100 रुपीज़ ट्रेवल्ड, अ ब्लॉक started and to that my friend's bank account that block reached. Got it? तो अब ब्लॉकचेन का बेस्ट एग्जांपल है डिजिटल करेंसी, मीन्स फिजिकली नो वेयर मनी इज एग्जिस्टिंग बट इन अकाउंट्स और डिजिटली इट्स देयर, right? And due to its decentralized nature with openness and security, blockchains are being seen one of the way to ensure transparency. Obviously, if everything is visible clearly to every other node, then no question mark will be there, right? Now, for example, in healthcare, better data sharing between healthcare providers would result in higher probability of accurate diagnosis. Means all the healthcares are connected through blockchain. Let's assume there is a network of them and they are sharing each and everything with others. So everybody will got to know that for one particular procedure what they are charging, what others are charging, what we are charging. As per that, very cost effective treatments will be provided to the public. कोई भी बंदा नाजायज चार्जेस नहीं ले पाएगा, राइट? Another potential application can be of the land registration records, property, जो property IDs बन रहे हैं, that is again one of property tax. Digitally nowadays slips are being generated, digitally records are being maintained. Through that no cheat can be done, right? Now blockchain based voting system can solve the problem of vote alteration. Now in future it's in the pipeline, a blockchain based voting system will be there, means digital voting will be there, so no single person can vote for in place of other, means false voting can be barred with the help of that. So what we have learned that due to the blockchains, number one, decentralization is there, means at single place not all the data is being saved, right? पहली चीज decentralization. Second thing, all the nodes of the network are having a copy of full database, means a shared database is there. Second cheese. Third thing which we have learned, that everybody is having a copy of database but full access is only with the owner, right? That's the blockchain. That's it for now. Thank you.